ஆரம்பிக்கலாங்களா?
Hi everyone, my name is Lav Kumar Achan, Department of ISC SVC Bengaluru. Today I am going to explain you about tables in HTML. First, let me tell you what is HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language which is basically used to develop websites. And in HTML we have different tables. In website we will see many tables. In that, how we will create tables and how we can use, how many forms of tables are there. All these things we are going to see in this video. First, what is table? A table in HTML is created using the table element and can be represent information that existing two-dimensional grid. For example, to call a person, the person is having a specific name. Like that, to create a table in HTML, we are having a table element. And here we can see a diagram or a table which is containing person names and their ages. And tables can be used to display calendars, financial data, pricing tables, and many other types of data. Everyone in daily life, we will see many tables containing different types of data, that is financial data or calendars or other things. And HTML table can contain any type of data like numbers, text, images, forms, even other tables. Here we can see a table which is having two different uh, columns like product and flavors. And basic structure of table is, to create a table in HTML, we will need to use the table element. Already I have told in previous slide that we need to have a element table to create a table. And inside the table element, we can create rows using the tr element and column using the td element. How we use table element to create a table? Like that, to create a column, we need to use this tr element, and to create a column we need to use the td element. The header data in HTML data will indicate it using the element th. Browsers make the th element bold. So in table we will be having some headings. So for the heading we use this th element. So it is going to be highlighted. How we are going to write some headings in highlighted form? Like that, in table also we will highlight that th. Here we can see a classic example for table. Here the element table is open and here it is closed, and it is a row. In one row we can have multiple columns, and in this we have taken two columns. Like in row 1 we have column 1 and column 2, and in row 2 we have column 1 and column 2. So we are having two columns and two rows. The result will be two rows and two columns, and spanning rows and columns. So let us see what are rows and what are columns. There are two key features about tables. They are, all contents must appear within the td or th container. So I have told you in these previous slides that td will be used for column, and th is used for header, and each row must have equal number td and th container. So these two are some rules to create a table. We don't forget these rules, and we need to follow when we are forming a table or when we are writing a code for table. And we can manipulate this second rule by using other things. Like there is a solution to change the second behavior, that is by using the call span or row span attributes. So we can, by using this call span or row span attributes, we can change the second behavior where td or th contain equal number of td or th containers. So what, now let us see what is call span and what is row span. These are refers to the ability to merge two or more cells in a table to create a single cell that spans across multiple rows or columns. The thing is, if you have two tables of different data and it is similar, so to merge the both the tables, we can use this call span and row span. How to span a row and column? So for row and for column we have different ways. So to first, let us see about rows. To span rows, the row span attribute takes an integer value that specify the number of rows to span. So we will take number how many rows we need to add. So for example, we need to add 2 rows, then we will take integer 2. And if you want 5 rows, then we will add the integer 5. And to span column, need to use the call span attribute in td or th tag. So the call span attribute takes an integer value that specify the number of column to span. So here also same how we will use for rows, like that we will use for column also. And here we can see there are two different tables of artist called Jacques Louis David. So he is a artist, he write some different books. So here in this table he is only one table is the one book we have mentioned. So in another table, same author, same artist have written many books or many titles he is having. So all those titles we can add into a single table. And we can also mention the published year when he has published those. And the code for these two tables, see here, it is mentioned. So it is table and it is handed here. And the element table row, this is a td table column. Same here also, it's a table header artist title, here it is a heading. And here row span. So Jacques Louis David, we have given name. And his book only one title, that is the death of Marath. And the published year is 1793. So like this we have done. And other elements which are there in table, like caption elements. Basically we use the captions in when we are posting something on Insta. So what exactly the meaning of that is, we will describe what exactly it's telling, what exactly that post telling, or what's your, what we want to tell to our friends, like that. Here also we use a caption element used to provide brief title. So it will explain briefly about the description of the table, which improves the accessibility of the table, and it is strongly recommended. So by use, if we using this caption is very helpful to access the tables very easily. And the users can easily understand for what we can use this table. So for this we can use this caption, and it is very helpful. And this th thread element, t foot element, t body elements are like elements which are used for the tables with a large number of rows. I mean, uh, in some tables we need to have more number of rows. I mean, if you are having more data, then we need to obviously use this many rows. At that time we can use this elements like a thread, t foot, t body. So body means the entire like maximum number of rows we can use. And this is the column element and call group elements mainly used to aid in the eventual styling of the table. Like we can use these tables for layouts also. Like HTML tables are very powerful, and it is very useful to organizing and displaying the data. But this can also use it for layout purpose. So here these HTML tables can be used for layout purpose also. So now we are going to see some pros and cons of this tables, using of these tables for layout. So some pros are like table provide a simple and familiar way to organize content in rows and columns. So we can easily organize content in the form of rows and columns. And tables are supported by all browsers and are therefore a reliable choice for layout. It's a very good choice for layout. So these are some pros of this using tables for layout. And when it comes to cons of using tables for layout is, using tables for layout can make the HTML code bloated and difficult to maintain. So in some situations we may not able to manage the entire code of HTML bloated, and we cannot easily check the code of that HTML. So it's one as the major, like it's a disadvantage. And another one is tables can cause accessibility issues in some cases, or in some situations we may not easily get these tables. So this is one of the one another like cons of this layout. And This is the conclusion part where it's a final part of my video, and what I have explained you till now, that is I have mentioned here, means for what HTML tables are powerful tool for organizing and displaying data. So these HTML tables are very useful, and we can easily organize the data in a useful manner, and we can organize very correctly, and complete data we can put in the form of table, and use semantic HTML elements and accessibility attributes to make the tables more accessible. So we can use many semantic HTML elements, like I have told T thread, T foot, T body, and table row, table T, like which is we use for columns. Like that, by using different elements, we can create tables which are very accessible to users. And tables should be used only for displaying tabular data, not for layout. So already I have told there are some cons for using for layout, so we should not use for that. Other than that, we are having many advantages, like it is only used for displaying tabular data. So the data which we are having in the form of tabular, so we can organize the data in the form of tables very easily, and it is very useful. When it comes to layout, it's not but much good. And this is the end of my video. And if there is there any mistakes in my content, or is there any mistakes in my explanation, you can comment in comment box. And please do like, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.